Peace to everybody. This is about Philadelphia gunman in custody after hours-long standoff. And as you know, my last two videos, they were about the Philadelphia officers who were shot by a man that we don't know about. A gunman who opened fire on police Wednesdays as they were serving a drug warrant in Philadelphia, wounding 6 officers and triggering a standoff that extended into the night, is in police custody, authorities said. So a gunman that opened fire on police Wednesday, he has been taken into custody. It was a triggering standoff that extended into the night. Philadelphia Police Sergeant Eric Griff said early Thursday morning that the man was taken into custody after an hour-long standoff with police. So Eric Griff, who is a sergeant for the Philadelphia Police, he said early Thursday morning that the man was taken into custody after an hours-long standoff with police. So we're not sure how many hours it has been. The shooting began around 4:30 p.m. as officers went to a home in a North Philadelphia neighborhood of brick and stone row homes to serve a narcotics warrant in an operation that went awry almost immediately, Philadelphia Police Commissioner Richard Ross said. So the shooting did begin around 4:30 p.m. Wednesday, as officers went to a home in a North Philadelphia neighborhood of brick and stone row homes, and they were going to serve a narcotics warrant in an operation that the gunman had in his house, I believe. Many officers had to escape through windows and doors to get away from a barrage of bullets, Ross said. So the officers, they all had to scatter through windows. They had to jump out. Even doors they had to run out as well. The 6 officers who were struck by gunfire have been released from hospitals, Philadelphia Police Sergeant Eric Griff said. So the 6 officers who were struck by a gunfire, they've been released from the hospitals. And of course, this is what Police Sergeant Eric Griff is saying. The other officers were trapped inside the house for about 5 hours after the shooting broke out, but were freed by a SWAT team well after darkness fell on the residential neighborhood. 3 people that officers had taken into custody in the house before the shooting started were also safely evacuated. So 2 officers were trapped in a house. They were trapped in the house for 5 hours long, and of course that's a very long time. This happened after the shooting broke out, but they were freed by a SWAT team well after darkness fell on the residential neighborhood. And of course the residential neighborhood is not exactly, I guess, is not the kind of type of neighborhood that you really want to be in. So if you're still planning of going around that way, please don't. It's nothing short of a miracle that we don't have multiple officers killed today, Ross said. And of course it's true. 6 out of who knows how many officers that were struck by bullets. And of course there was nothing short of a miracle that we don't have multiple officers. And this is what Ross is saying. Here's a screenshot. I do believe it's part of the SWAT team, and he's ready to shoot. Temple University locked down part of its campus as several children and staff were trapped for some time in a nearby daycare. So the Temple University was in a lockdown. It was part of its campus. There were several children and staff that were trapped for some time in a nearby daycare. Police tried to push crowds of onlookers and residents back from the scene. In police radio broadcasts, officers could be heard calling for backup as reports of officers getting shot poured in. So the officer, they were trying to push back the crowds of onlookers. Because, they're so nosy. And, of course, we all get nosy of what's going on. The police radio broadcast officers could be heard calling for backup. The reports of officers getting shot poured in. I was just coming off the train and I was walking upstairs and there were people running back downstairs who said that there was someone up there shooting cops, said Abdul Rahim Mohammed, 21, an off-duty medic. There was just a lot of screaming and chaos. So the guy who was an off-duty medic, he's 21 years old, and that's pretty young. He's I guess an EMS medic or something. But he said that he was just coming off the train and walking upstairs, and there were people running back downstairs who said that there was someone up there shooting cops. Police implored the gunman to surrender at one point, patching in his lawyer on the phone with him to try to persuade him to give up, Ross said. So somebody has tried to get the gunman to surrender. In other words, give up his gun. And of course, something like this never really works half the time. Police implored the gunman to surrender at one point, patching in his lawyer. So does the gunman have a lawyer? We don't know, but it's an alleged lawyer. We're doing everything within our power to get him to come out, Ross said during the standoff. He has the highest assurance he's not going to be harmed when he comes out. So now this time he's not going to be harmed. Okay, he has the highest assurance he's not going to be harmed. Of course, they're saying we're doing everything within our power to get him to come out. And of course, it's very hard to reason or to negotiate with a gunman half the time because, they don't want to listen. Dozens of officers on foot lined the streets. Others were in cars and some on horses. So you got officers on foot, you got officers in cars, and you got officers on horses. So either way, the gunman is all the way around screwed because entrances, how he's going to get out, are being blocked. The Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives said its agents respond to the scene to assist Philadelphia police. So you got the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives. Okay, its agents responded to the scene to assist Philadelphia police. President Donald Trump and Attorney General William Barr were briefed on the shooting, officials said. Of course, Donald Trump and, of course, the Attorney General William Barr, they both were briefed on the shooting. Philadelphia Mayor Jim Kenney said he was thankful that officers' injuries weren't life-threatening. So yeah, so no, there was no life-threatening whatsoever. But he was thankful that the injuries weren't life-threatening. I'm a little angry about someone having all that weaponry and all that firepower. But we'll get to that other day, Kenny said. So what could have happened that other day? I mean, did something happen before this alleged shooting or what? Now it's kind of hard to understand what is going on. And of course, Kenny said he's a little angry. Yeah, he's a little angry about someone having all that weaponry and all that firepower. Well, when you are putting yourself in a situation, imagine just, well, not even imagine, but think about the gunman that would have all this armor, all the weaponry, that just to kill or allegedly kill people. And it's really sad for what is going on with these officers, that their jobs are stressful way too much. Leave your comments below. I am out.